Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Christy. I'm a homeschool mom to 3. Today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some resources and curriculum that we are going to be adding in for our winter term. So January is always kind of a natural reflection point for me. It just that's when I stop, I look back, I see what we've been doing. It's a new year and I like to kind of tweak things if I feel like I need to, add things in, make some changes, only if I need to, of course. So today I wanted to share with you some of the resources we are going to be kind of changing up and adding in. So the first thing that we are going to be doing this winter term is the Vikings, a unit study from Gather Round Homeschool. So currently we are working through ancient civilizations. I think we only have 2 lessons to do in that and then we're going to be done. So this is kind of the next step in time. We really enjoyed ancient civilizations. I love the unit study approach with history. I think that that's a really cool way to study history. And so we're going to be diving into all things Vikings for the next few weeks, and we are really excited. We are making a preschool curriculum change, so we're going to be starting Letters and Numbers Book 1 from Gather Round with my 4-year-old. So we use this curriculum with my son actually after he completed playing preschool year 1 and half of year 2. We jumped into this program, but we started him on book 3 and he did book 3 and 4 total. This is book 1. We've never done the forest one, so I'm really excited to start that, but we are starting Isla in book 1. Basically, the reason for the preschool change is that she's just ready for more. My plan was always to start this program with her when she was ready, but I didn't think it would be this year. I thought we would get through this entire year with playing preschool and then do this next year, but she's ready for it now, and I'm just kind of following her lead in this, and she's just ready for that more involved sit-down schoolwork. She's often bored with playing preschool, so I think this is going to be really good for her. I love the flow of this program. I love that we get a little bit of science and nature in the beginning, and then she gets to do the fun activity pages. These pages are really fun. There's a lot of cut and paste activities and coloring and painting, and I'm just really excited to go through this with her. And we've done a few lessons already and it's going really well. I think it's going to be a good fit. We are adding in a handwriting curriculum for my son who is 6. And we did do a handwriting curriculum last year. However, we kind of took a break this year because he naturally just started writing on his own, and he would write on dry erase boards all day long, all of his letters and stuff. He just naturally was practicing it. However, recently I noticed he is kind of forgetting how to form his letters. So I thought a little refresher would be helpful, a little bit of practice would be helpful for him. So we're doing the Good and the Beautiful Handwriting Level 1. I love this handwriting curriculum. I think that it's really easy to follow the process of learning how to write the letters, but also I love the little activities, dot to dots, mazes, and that sort of thing that are in here as well. And he really enjoys this, so he's going to be doing this a couple times a week just for some added practice. So if you've been following us along, you have probably seen that we have kind of switched reading curriculums a lot. And this is the first time I'm teaching a kid how to read, and we're just trying to find a curriculum that's a good fit, a good flow for us, and we just haven't really fallen in love with any one particular curriculum. Reading is the subject that requires the most kind of brain power and focus, and he gets easily frustrated with it. So reading curriculums, he tends to kind of lose interest in them, or it doesn't engage him or keep him engaged for too long. He likes change-ups. So I'm always trying to kind of add in some reading games that we do and different curriculum and resources to kind of just keep him engaged and interested. Recently I posted some flip-throughs of Campfire curriculums, reading curriculums, and the phonics one, we did the last part of it. I did tell you that I was doing the last part of that book, and we finished it and it went pretty well. However, I am not 100% sold on the flow of that curriculum, and I'm not sure why. There's not a certain thing that I'm pinpointing other than maybe it's a little bit busy. So I tend to gravitate, and from my experience, towards curriculums, reading curriculums that are very simple and straightforward and very natural and organic in its progression. And I'm not really into curriculums that over-explain rules or over-explain the position in the mouths for the sounds and like that kind of thing. I just, in my personal opinion, I feel like it overcomplicates things, and it actually a lot of times confuses my kid. So I was supposed to and was planning on starting reading around the campfire with him next. However, like I said, it's a bit busy, it's a bit complex. I'm not 100% sold on the flow of this, so I don't know if I'm going to be using this. I might pull some things from it and use it a little bit, but I'm not sure yet. Something we actually have been using though recently has been the Ordinary Parent's Guide to Teaching Reading. And this is just kind of your all-in-one reading curriculum book. It's similar in the concept of teach your child to read in 100 easy lessons. It's not the same, they're very different, but this book it's kind of the same concept where it's all in one. The teaching is in here, the reading is in here. I think that they do make a version of this though where there's a separate student book with the things that they read if your kid does better with that. But we just have the all-in-one, and it's very simple. It's black and white, it's straightforward. The stories in here are really funny. They've made my son laugh, which I love. Like if he's getting joy out of what he's reading, like I'm all about that. The stories are very kind of random, which I think adds to the humor and why he thinks that they're funny. But yes, this was a pleasant surprise. We've been using this for, I think, just shy of 2 weeks now, and it's going pretty well. And like I said, a pleasant surprise. I wasn't expecting to really like this as much as I do. I just kind of pulled it out at random just to try it out, but it's going pretty well. So I'm going to use this winter and kind of see how it goes. Something else I think I'm going to be pulling in this winter term is Explode the Code. Now we did part of this Explode the Code one last year with him, and he did really well with it. But I was looking at the end of this book and all of the words at the end he can do. And so I think that he's ready for Explode the Code 2. So I think I'm going to print that one out and start that with him, just as like some added phonics practice where he actually is writing and doing some kind of activity with the curriculum we're using. That book, he's not really writing in it, so I thought this might be something that kind of just helps him practice a little bit. And book 2 looks like it lines up pretty well with where we are in the Ordinary Parent Guide, so I think that they'll match up pretty well. Something I did want to bring attention to and mention, because I don't hear a lot of people talk about it, is the fact that Explode the Code actually has teaching guides. And the teaching guide for Explode the Code 1 and 2 is in one book. And inside, I was looking at it, and inside they actually have kind of like lessons. They have some activities for them to do. They have some hands-on kind of things that they can do in there, and things that you're supposed to do with your kid to kind of teach them the lesson. I know a lot of people just use these books on their own as like independent work, which I think you totally can do. However, I'm curious to see kind of how those lessons flow, and if it makes this kind of more of a full curriculum. I'm gonna print that out and try it out as well, because I'm very interested in the teaching guides with this. So yes, I'm gonna print Explode the Code 2 and the teaching guide and kind of add that into the mix. As far as everything else, we are staying the same. So if you caught my fall homeschool update, I think I did it in November, and I talked about all of our curriculum that we're using and how it was going. Like everything's the same. We're happy with everything that we're using. So if I didn't mention it in here, we're still using it, still going great. I will be sure to link that video down below if you missed it. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing kind of the resources we're adding in for this winter term. If you're adding things in, let me know down below, because I would be interested to hear about them. And if you're not adding things in, it's totally fine. I think sometimes there's a pressure because it's a new year to like change things up, but if things are going really well for you, don't feel like you're supposed to change anything. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in another video very soon. Bye.